Good morning to you, morning partner.
Morning. I'm Gareth Edwards. We're with you till 9 o'clock this morning. Nandi Shabalala looking after all your sports news at AFCON. Big story with her a little bit later. But I think we're going to start with this breaking news just in a little while ago here on eNCA. There you can see at bottom of your screen. A woman has been arrested for allegedly breaking into the city of Joburg's offices early this morning. Let's tell us how we got here, what we know. Both Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Phalatse and Safety MMC David Tembe with us this morning. Morning to both of you, MMC and Executive Mayor. Executive Mayor, let's begin with you. Just give us the latest that you have, because you walked in just a few moments ago. What do you have for us?
Well, I was called at around 2 a.m. That there was a suspect in the building. She was caught in the act, according to our security officers at the Metro Centre. As you know, we had a break-in on the 24th of January where a woman was caught on CCTV camera, broke into two departments, the legal department and the development planning department. 50 computers were tampered with, hardware stolen from there. We weren't clear at the time as to what the motive was. This is a person who seems to be a repeat offender. Allegedly, there was a case in 2020 where unfortunately a conviction could not be made, and we weren't sure again as to what the issue was, and we're really hoping for justice to prevail this time around. As soon as I heard there's somebody there, I went through to the Metro Centre, and indeed there is a woman. There is a backpack with hardware, hard drives, as well as some information chips and a few other things. This time broke into the IEC office allegedly, so there's about 5 computers on the floor that these hard drives were taken out of, and we again not sure what the link is between all the cases.
And MMC, as far as the reason behind breaking in and wanting to tamper, as the mayor says, any idea why this would be something that someone would be after? Is this sensitive information? What kind of information is in this office that could be of interest for this woman?
The information that is in that office are computers from IEC. So all those issues that she has in the bag has to do with that break-in of the computers that were in there. The IEC has been using it, so the hard drives were removed. About 5 hard drives were removed, and they were found in a bag, and they were breaking instrument that she was using. I'm so surprised how she managed to do it alone.
Yeah.
So, but we're busy trying to find out why did she come there.
So that's the why question as well. Mayor, the question is also going to be asked is the how. How did this woman get in? Talk to me about security. How concerned? We know about the break-in previously. We know about the break-in before that one. It's got to ask questions. I'm sure you will. How did this happen again and again and again?
I'm personally very concerned about the state of security at the Metro Centre, particularly the state of security of our data. I mean, if somebody can access data so many times, 50 computers previously and now 5 computers, one woman working alone, it's just too easy. And I was having a chat with MMC saying we need to do an overhaul of security at the Metro Centre, a big concern.
And when the information that we're now talking about, MMC, a couple of hard drives found in a backpack, but the mayor also saying that a few computers tampered with. When we say tampered with, what do we mean by that? Was this person accessing websites? Were they accessing accounts, personnel info? What do we know about what she was looking for?
No, in fact, it was broken. She broke the computers.
Vandalizing.
Yeah, she vandalized the computers. And then in a bag, we even found the memory stick. I'll call it a memory stick and the hard drives. That way, there are about 5 hard drives. What happened is that the securities just saw this woman walking past, and then the next thing, they called JMPD. When they responded, they went inside because they were not so sure whether she's got a firearm or something. Then we find her at the second floor. That's where she was already done most of the damage in a very short space of time.
And who is in charge of security there, Mayor? Who's in charge of the MMC mentioning JMPD arriving on the scene quite rightly. There might have been a firearm, we don't know. Why was SAPS not involved? Why not higher echelons of security? Is it going to stay at the JMPD level?
We subsequently did contact the SAPS. When I left now, the SAPS was already on the scene. Our city's Group Forensic and Investigation Services Unit was also there. One of our ICT technicians also came through. So we've got quite a good complement of people, different skills that are needed to crack this case, hopefully, this time around.
MMC, let me talk about how we're going to fix the problem, because in the world of politics, there's no such thing as simple politics. Executive Mayor, I'm going to ask you the same question. Knowing how difficult it's been in coalition governments to make any real decisions, this is going to require a review, analysis, and I'm sure money at some point as well, and that's going to have to go through various channels. How quickly are you going to be able to get the mandate and the money to overhaul the security the way you and the mayor would like?
Yeah, I've spoken to the executive mayor today. We're starting to, I will be personally in charge of the operation that will ensure that the security is tight and it is safe. Unfortunately, the security that we have at the Metro Center is not the security that is expected to really be a security officer.
Is it a private security company? Is it government security, Mayor?
So we've insourced security, as you know. So we've got insourced security. They are under JMPD, so they belong to the Public Safety Department. We happen to be in the middle of our budget steering committee sittings, where MMC Tembe is actually presenting today what the needs are for his department. And this is obviously an urgent matter. You know, we cannot have a situation where people can just walk in and out of our building and access such confidential files. So this is something that we're going to have to find budget for.
I was about to ask the question to the mayor about the money, but let's throw it back to you, MMC, because you are presenting today. Is there money to get this done? Are you expecting a lot of pushback from people who are going to say, and politicians are going to say, but we haven't budgeted for this, there are more urgent social issues to deal with. Are you going to get this right, do you feel?
I think I'll get it right. I've got the MMC of Finance that I was talking to today in the studio. Here she is, she's standing here. Probably I'll get the money. I have to get the money.
I want to see if I'm going to get a nod.
Yeah,
it looks like I'm going to get a nod
yes.
For the meeting. So what's the timeline on this for you, Mayor? Because this is very urgent. We don't know what information was stolen. We've got no idea. So budget timelines start today with the MMC. You obviously are going to go after accountability. What's your timeline on this? And I mean, realistically, obviously, I know you're going to want to say as soon as possible, but what is the on-paper timeline to fix this issue?
Well, we will be tabling our adjustment budget in Council on the 24th of February. So by then we must have figured out exactly what we need, and we must have found the money and ring-fenced it for this purpose. So 24th of February it will be passed. The money will be available soon thereafter to implement whatever needs to be implemented. Of course, MMC Tembe will be driving the implementation process, and hopefully the turnaround times will be quite fast. He's quite a mover, and I trust that he'll get it done in no time.
So MMC, as the mover, according to the Executive Mayor, are heads going to roll for this incident this morning?
Yeah, we have to investigate and find out why did we have such a negligence. I mean, this is the fourth time. Same woman does the same thing. Of course, somebody must be who is responsible. There must be consequences for this.
And Executive Mayor, let me leave the last question perhaps then to you as well. What is happening at the centre at the moment? I know you both just rushed through very kindly to come talk to us on the show. What's happening at the centre as of today? Computers damaged, hard drives gone, information possibly stolen. Is it functioning as of today, or what's the situation there?
Well, when we left the scene, obviously this is an IEC office, so we will have to barricade it. It is a scene of crime. We left our JMPD officers, General Shadrach Sibia of the Group Forensic Investigation Services Unit, handing over the scene to the SAPs who had just arrived when we left. So that's what's happening now. They'll have to do fingerprints. They'll have to find as much in evidence as possible so that we're able to get a conviction this time around. The same person, the same suspect got off the last time because we did not have sufficient evidence, and we're hoping that this time around we do have sufficient evidence.
Well, I'm going to thank both of you as well. We're seeing visuals of both of you sitting at a table early this morning. I recognize the shirt from the MMC. You're sitting at a table this morning as this news came through that there's been a break-in and a woman allegedly breaking into the offices of the City of Johannesburg offices early this morning. There you can see the MMC and the Executive Mayor. That's from earlier this morning, now joining us on eNCA as part of breaking news at 10 after 6. The woman allegedly breaking into the office, vandalizing and damaging equipment, now under arrest as well. My thanks to both of you for coming in this morning. MMC, or Safety MMC, David Tembe, and of course Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Phalatse joining us here on the South African Morning. The moment we get more information, of course, we'll bring it to you first here on eNCA.